Hi, I'm Ginny, and I'm going to be making for you today baked eggs Florentine, which is a baked egg dish that gets served in a spinach cream sauce. And the key to it is that you want the egg white to be just barely cooked, but for the yolk to still be runny. So the first thing I'm going to do, besides preheating my oven to 500 degrees, is get some butter going over medium heat, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And while that's going, I'm going to show you how to mince your shallot. So a shallot is described as a cross between an onion and garlic. You'll see it has a flat bottom, a tip, and then a root. You're going to use the back of the knife to cut off the tip, and then use the tip of the knife to make some cuts all the way through the shallot, going almost to the roots, but not quite. So you want that root to hold the ends together. And then you're gonna slice the shallot. And then because mince means a really fine or small dice, you're gonna run the knife up through it a little bit more just to get it all evenly chopped up nice and small. And once the shallot's cut, we're gonna take it over to the stove and add it to the melted butter. And we just wanna cook the shallot down until it's translucent and a little bit softened. Once the shallot's cooked down, we're going to start making our roux, which we do by adding 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour into the melted butter. Stir it till it's combined and the flour is just a little bit cooked to cook away some of that floury taste. Next, we're going to take 3/4 of a cup of half and half and whisk that into our mixture. And the key with this is you want to whisk the entire time, and that helps keep lumps from forming in your sauce. And once this comes to a full boil, it'll be completely thickened. And we can move to the next stage, which is adding the other seasonings. So you can see it's starting to boil, so I'm just gonna let it cook a little bit longer. Now that it's boiling, it's completely thick, so I'm gonna take it off the heat. We're gonna add the other ingredients, which is 2 ounces or 1 cup of Parmesan cheese, and then 10 ounces of frozen spinach, which you can see I have draining here because frozen spinach has a lot of water. So you're going to want to drain out any excess liquid because otherwise that'll mess up your sauce. And then to that we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon of dry mustard, 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, and then just a dash of cayenne. And I like using the tip of a paring knife because then you don't have to worry about it getting on your hands and your eyes or messing up your taste buds. So we're just gonna mix this all together. I have 6-inch ramekins that I'm gonna lightly spray with a little bit of normal vegetable spray. And they are in a 13x9 glass pan. So once those are sprayed, you're going to take your filling and evenly distribute it between the 6 ramekins. Now, since the key to this dish is that the eggs be cooked just right, we're going to make a nest with the spinach. So you're going to take your spinach in the ramekin, and using a spoon or your fingers, you're going to push the spinach mixture up the wall of the ramekin, leaving a little mound in the center. And the reason for that is that you want the egg to not touch the side of the ramekin. If it touches the side of the ramekin, it gets a little too hot, a little too quick. So you're kind of making just a little nest for it. Kind of got a little bit of bunt pan shape. So I'm just gonna keep filling these. I'm going to put them in a 500-degree oven on the middle rack for about 7 minutes until they just start to brown. I'm gonna rotate them halfway through just to make sure that they have even cooking. Now, while that's going, we want to be able to get the eggs into the ramekins as quickly as possible. So one of the tricks to that is to crack all of your eggs in advance. So I have these little bowls that you can get at any home goods store. And I'm going to crack 1 egg into each container. And that way, as soon as the spinach ramekins come out and they're hot and ready to go, we just have to gently slide the eggs into them. Okay, so the spinach is just starting to brown, so I'm gonna take them out and set them on a cooling rack. And then we're gonna take each one and try and carefully pour an egg without breaking the egg yolk into each ramekin. Like you can see, this is the nice thing about doing it this way. You don't have to waste your time cracking eggs. And then you're just gonna give them a little spritz of the oil again. A little sprinkling of salt. Now we're gonna throw these back into the oven for another 6 to 8 minutes until the egg whites are just opaque, which means they're white, but we want them to still be a little bit jiggly because the carryover cooking is gonna finish cooking them for us. So the eggs have been in for about 8 minutes. The whites are opaque, but still just a little bit jiggly. Like I said, the carryover cooking is gonna help those finish cooking through. So you're just gonna take them out and let them cool on a cooling rack for about 10 minutes so the eggs can finish setting up. So as I was saying, the key to baked eggs Florentine is that you wanna have a solid egg white, but a runny egg yolk. So now comes the moment of truth. And there you go, perfect eggs Florentine. I'm Ginny Bruno, thanks for watching.